Not all Jiu-Jitsu instructors are created equal. Some will make you a savage and some will make you hate training altogether. Today we're talking about the worst type of Jiu-Jitsu instructors. The ones that hold you back, kill your motivation, or just straight up suck. So why are we talking about the worst instructors? Well, it's really important to call out this misbehavior so that it doesn't continue. The majority of instructors aren't like this, but some are, and that's not okay. This was way more common in the previous generation, and now that people like myself have experienced this type of stuff, we're making sure that our gyms are nothing like this. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you've never had any run-ins with these type of people, then consider yourself lucky, because I've had run-ins with every single person on this list. So it's important that we talk about it. So let's get started.
The creep. This instructor makes students, especially women, uncomfortable with inappropriate comments, favoritism, extra attention, and/or inappropriate conversations during or outside of class. They abuse their authority and have no sense of professionalism.
I don't think it's wrong to date a student. I know people that are in relationships from meeting through Jiu-Jitsu, but that's different. If something naturally emerges, then it is what it is. But no one should be going around hitting on all the girls and making them feel uncomfortable. It's already hard enough to be a girl in the sport. If you're using Jiu-Jitsu as Tinder or some sort of dating service, then that's obviously going to cause problems. It's especially weird when the instructor already has a wife or a girlfriend and you just see them going around to every girl and you know what their intentions are, and it's just an awkward thing. It's inappropriate. Some instructors take advantage of their trust and power imbalance and they use that for bad. And things get even worse when you factor in children and grooming and all that sort of stuff. Obviously the creep is the worst one on this list, which kind of goes without saying. So don't be a creep.
The ego maniac. This instructor is more concerned about being the king of the mat rather than teaching their students. Then they roll to dominate their students in order to prove their superiority, especially when the student puts them in a less than favorable position. They can talk all day about themselves.
Sometimes people ask me after they kick me or hit me in the face by accident if I'm going to try to kill them, because they're just so used to other instructors doing that kind of thing. And I dealt with that firsthand. I remember one of my instructors was just trying to hurt me after hitting him in the face by accident and also submitting him. He would not deal with that well at all. And to make someone fear for their safety because they did something by accident or did something good to you, it's just super inappropriate, and there's no room for that in Jiu-Jitsu. It's not professional. You shouldn't fear your coach. A gym I used to train at, my last day of training, my face was so messed up, like just beaten up, red, scuffs everywhere. And I realized that I don't want to go back to this gym anymore. Like, what am I doing to myself? And that's because of an egomaniac. And that's the kind of person I don't want to see coaching others and ruining their Jiu-Jitsu experience.
The traditionalist. This instructor clings only to old techniques and refuses to adapt to any modern Jiu-Jitsu. They dismiss modern innovations, disregarding modern techniques and coaching practices as gimmicks. Their students end up lacking exposure to anything else beyond the closed guard and the Americana. Every class consists of shrimping/front roll warm-ups, followed by static drilling only.
Some people like these traditional gyms, and there's nothing wrong with that, but oftentimes, but not always, these gyms are kind of like McDojos. They're really behind on the times. They're not doing any leg locks or any wrestling or anything modern in general that could help someone with their grappling. And often they even tout themselves as more of a self-defense school, but I think in most cases, they're actually worse off for self-defense than just a regular modern type of gym. Oftentimes they don't even roll, or they roll with such a low intensity. The problem is that when a gym is all about self-defense, but they're not actually teaching their students very good self-defense, it can lead to a false confidence and people getting hurt if they do get into a fight. Jiu-Jitsu and grappling have evolved so much over the years, and it just doesn't make sense to not embrace that change, because a lot of times that change is for the better. Like I said, some people really enjoy this type of training and this type of environment, and if you do, that's totally cool, but for me, I wouldn't really enjoy that type of gym. Thank you, Bear Mattress, for sponsoring. Head to bearmattress.com/Jordan and use my code Jordan to get 40% off your mattress and 2 free pillows. Bear is a premium fiberglass-free mattress designed to upgrade your sleep quality and is conveniently shipped to your door for free within the US. Bear knows that everyone has different preferences and sleep positions. To help find the best mattress for you, they've made a sleep quiz that removes all the guesswork. I took the quiz, and I'm someone who shares the bed and am a side sleeper, and who likes a medium firm mattress. Based on my results, Bear matched me with their Elite Hybrid mattress. I've now had my Bear mattress for a few weeks now, and I love it. What I like most about my Bear mattress is how fast I fall asleep, and how I wake up feeling rejuvenated. But don't just take my word for it. Bear just ran a survey on over 300 of their recent customers, where 82% saw improvement in their sleep quality on their new Bear mattress. Which is why 95% of those customers said that they would recommend Bear to a friend. Plus, if you tend to sleep hot, Bear's sleep recovery technology uses cellular-powered fabric to help you stay cool throughout the night. If it makes you nervous to buy something that you haven't tried, Bear has a 120-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure that you love it. I love my Bear mattress, and I think that you will too. If you're looking to upgrade your sleep, head to bearmattress.com/Jordan and use code Jordan to get 40% off your Bear mattress and 2 free pillows during their winter sale. This is higher than what's being offered on site, so check them out while you can.
The drill sergeant. The drill sergeant runs the gym like a military boot camp, barking orders and berating students for mistakes. Talking and having fun while training are strictly forbidden. While their intensity might help competitors, it alienates everyone else and kills the joy of training.
The drill sergeant isn't inherently a bad thing. I think it can be a good thing for competitors. However, that doesn't mean you need to be a You can still have competitive and disciplined training without going too crazy, like slapping people to get something wrong, or turning the heat up so that everyone's just dying of exhaustion, or making sure people ask you before they go to the bathroom. That's a little bit weird, in my opinion. I think this style of coach can be good, but oftentimes it's not, and just makes people feel uncomfortable and not want to train.
The money grabber. Often both the head coach and the owner of the gym, this instructor cares more about squeezing out every last dollar rather than student progress. They will often charge for belts and even stripe promotions, and will use various upsell tactics to get more money out of you. While regular instructors see students for who they are, the money grabber sees dollar signs, an udder of money ready to be milked.
You shouldn't need to sign some crazy long-term contract just to train Jiu-Jitsu. And often when people try to get out of these contracts, they have such a hard time, and there's collection agencies coming after them and whatnot. And it's just like, you're just trying to train Jiu-Jitsu. Like, it's just, you don't need these crazy long contracts. You want to make someone want to be there and not want to cancel, and you do that by providing a good service. At my gym, we don't have a cancellation fee because I want people to want to come back. Like, maybe they're just taking a break and they are coming back after a year or whatever it is. They're going to be way more likely to come back if I didn't put a bad taste in their mouth by having some crazy contract or some sort of crazy cancellation fee. It's okay to make money through Jiu-Jitsu, but it's when you get excessive and just try to milk your students of all their money that problems arise. Like making gis mandatory that are just terrible quality, but charging an insane amount so that your markup is just astronomical and you're just profiting like crazy off them. Just stuff like that. When I was a white belt, I remember being charged for a stripe. It was $35 for a stripe. And that's crazy. Like, I'd rather just not have a stripe. Like, I don't want to pay $35. What do I get out of a piece of tape that cost, I don't know, 50 cents?
The just wing it. This instructor shows up to class with no plan or structure. They ramble on forever when teaching a technique. So much so that when students are ready to go practice it, they have no idea what to do. The 10-minute rambling did them no favors and left them more confused than ever. You're left wondering if even they know what they intended to show. There's no rhyme or reason to what they teach and when.
I don't think it's bad to show up to a class and kind of assess who's there and decide what you're going to teach based off that, if you're good at doing that. Like, I'm pretty good at winging it. I usually do prepare before class, but I can just teach a class just fine without any preparation. But not everyone can do that. And if you can't do that and you don't do a good job, students can tell, and they're not going to like it, and they're not going to have a good experience, and they're not going to get better at Jiu-Jitsu because of it. It's just super obvious when the instructor doesn't have a plan. Like, they start off that they're teaching one thing, and all of a sudden they're teaching something else, and then you go back and to go try it, and it's not going to happen. Like, you completely forget what they're trying to get you to do. So it's not always a bad thing to wing it. It's just a matter of, can you wing it, or are you going to do a terrible job and just confuse everyone?
The lazy instructor. This instructor barely puts in effort, sitting on the sidelines scrolling through their phone or chatting instead of teaching. They leave students to figure it out, and they avoid rolling. Often not showing up at all, giving the keys of the gym to students to open up and train themselves.
I've heard stories of high-level competitors being lazy instructors where they do a seminar and they just go on their phone the whole time. Like, they teach a technique, then they go on their phone, they don't talk to anyone, and they treat it more of a meet and greet that they don't even want to be at. And that's just not cool when you're charging so much money. Even if it was free, like, these people are there giving you their time, you're giving them your time, you need to give them your best effort. You can't just call it in. I won't name names, but if you know who I'm talking about, then maybe write it down in the comments to see if you're thinking about the same person that I am.
The cult leader. This instructor is an expert in all things in life, a self-certified life coach. Be ready for unsolicited life advice after every class. They treat Jiu-Jitsu like it's magic, and they're the Istari wizard, holding the source of infinite wisdom that you can only get from them. Want to get some extra rolls at another gym's open mat? You'll be labeled as a traitor or a creonch. You must stay loyal to the team. In fact, all other teams suck. Their association is the only real Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu isn't as much of a cult as compared to what it used to be. But oh my God, when I first started training, I feel like there was more cult-like gyms than there were not. Like, these gyms were crazy. All these cult-like gyms are awful, but some just take it to a whole new level. Like, some gyms, they don't even want you talking to people from other gyms. And we all do Jiu-Jitsu, share this common interest, so that's crazy. I remember when I was a blue belt, I would train at a friend's gym that was 30 minutes away. And, that was pretty far away, but still, my instructor told me, don't go there anymore. He said, you have to be loyal to the team. And because of that, I left. So it's one of those things you want to hold on tight. It just suffocates people. But if you let them loose and do what they want, then they're much more likely to stay with you because they enjoy the service that you offer instead of feeling like obligated that they have to be there. Jiu-Jitsu is a great sport, but crappy people can detract from the experience that people deserve and want. Let me know what type of instructor from this list that you've had run-ins with, or any that I missed that I should have included. Alright, thank you for sticking around till the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or a fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, I hope you liked the video. If you didn't, you. No.